Breaking news. Teenagers reported dead on the scene. Reporters say teens were on their way home from a nearby party. Both the driver and passenger were highly intoxicated at the time of their departure. In 2017, an estimated 15,000 people died in accidents involving drunk drivers. I wonder how many of these people told their families they were fine, or that they're not even that drunk, before they left that night. Thankfully, I have never had a personal experience with drunk driving, but I want to help educate people my age on the subject, because as we grow up, we are beginning to get behind the wheel ourselves. 42% of drunk driving accidents a year involve citizens around the ages of 16 and 24 years old. When you make the decision to drive under the influence, you are more likely to make mistakes, whether fatal or not. I think sometimes people forget that cars are very dangerous, and with a slight turn too far or waiting too long to push the brake, their life and the lives of others could be over just like that. Even at the bare minimum of intoxication, your driving abilities can be compromised, such as the ability to do more than one task at a time or having declined visual function. These are the least invasive problems that can occur. But for teens with a lower tolerance of alcohol, things such as reduced ability to stay in one lane and braking at appropriate times are big problems. Deciding to drive when your abilities have been impaired is reckless. However, it's even more reckless to get into a car with someone else being intoxicated. It is an uncomfortable situation having to ask someone to give up their keys. For most teens, they would rather get into this car and get home rather than calling their parents for a ride because of the fear of punishment. Getting into the car with an intoxicated driver, there's such a great chance that the outcome will be horrible. Wouldn't you rather call home, getting a safe ride from parents, rather than a ride in an ambulance? I would rather suffer through a 2-week grounding than be dead, but that's just my opinion. Drivers on the road also need to be careful of other drivers that could be intoxicated. If you are still unconvinced, try putting yourself into a victim's perspective. Imagine being on the road, minding your own business, and all of a sudden you are in an accident. Come to find out that the man or woman who hit you was intoxicated. Research shows that about 1 in 3 drunk drivers are repeat offenders. How would that change your view on the accident? Knowing that the person who hit you knew they shouldn't get behind the wheel and still did. The outcome? You crushed between the steering wheel and the car seat. Thinking if your life would be different if you went the other route home, took the back roads, or left the store just 5 minutes later. Would this still have been you? How would you feel if your life was taken away because someone didn't think about the effects alcohol had on them that night? Let's put ourselves into a scenario. You're at a party, and the friend that is supposed to take you home is now drinking, and you are unfit to drive as well. What are your options? Do you do nothing and drive home with the friend, potentially not making it home? Or call your parents, knowing you'll get home safe and deal with the consequences the next morning? Maybe call an Uber or a family friend to get you home safe. Don't assume your only way home is the way you planned it earlier that day. Call someone else. Make the decision that your life is more important than a punishment from your parents. There are so many ways to get out of situations like these, and people need to be more aware of the dangers. Every day, an average 30 people die from drunk driving accidents. Don't let one of them be you.